Welcome everyone to a new series called Bronze to Silver, where basically I will cast or talk about one game of each rank, starting from Bronze, where we are investigating what the Bronze players are do and what they can do a little bit better. So I just randomly picked two Bronze player and let's see what they are doing. The green player casually sending villagers to the sheep just like the blue player. Green player reaction timing is better with the scout. The villager production looks like both players really nice. And the green player accidentally queued up a scout with the villagers he has. So we can call that he easily fat fingered and made a second scout. But the scouting is way much better. I mean, both player scouting is not really good if you think about it, because it's very slow. They are giving just one command. So if you like to get out of bronze, you need to understand one little thing. You need to use a scout with shift click. Just give them command. But doing something weird like going to scout like this will not really help you that for sure. So we have 8 to 9 villagers. The Byzantine player does a 6-1-1, which is interesting. Not really efficient, not really good for age up timing. And the English player went 2 house for some unknown reason into 8 on food and 2 on gold. So on this very low level, so these two player elo at this game is 287 elo versus 318 elo. Alright. So we can see he has 2 on wood, 7 on food, and 1 on gold. So the age up timings are very off. So on the low league, looks like players doesn't really know how to put the villagers to the correct location. Like, look at this. Have 3 hours, but he's on 13 population. For some unknown reason, he decided to spend his wood. Where he could have production building or going to TC or any other things. 8-2-1 for the Byzantine, no system play, nothing. So he's just playing the Byzantine for kind of like fun, even though it's a ranked game. We need to know what you actually need to do here. So Byzantine looks like didn't made villagers because he's on 11 versus 14. The English player is keep making villager, which is really fine. I will bring back some of his sheep. Because he just ran out. Okay, he's aging up. 3 villagers are from gold and aging up very far away. I don't think you need to age up like this. That's way too far. He could have just aged next to the gold as well. Nobody gonna hurt you if you age up here. On the other side, we have a Grand Winery. 6 villager age up, and it's very interesting. So he didn't aged up closer to the TC, so he can put farms, and Grand Winery will touch the TC. He rather decided more to the front, which is very interesting if you think about it. Because what is the player thinking? Why is he thinking like putting closer to the enemy? An economical building is a good idea. Well, the military landmark is actually in the back, right? The English player doesn't know that his farms to be juicy, you actually need a mill. It's very, very important, like when you are transitioning into farms with English, to have a meal. Otherwise, you will not receive the extra gathering speed, the 15, 20, 25, and 30%. A job is done for the Byzantine player, and his resources will be 962 versus 96. And again, huge mistake from this player is the villager numbers. And also making a second scout. That was very interesting as well. Wasn't he 3 villager behind? So I think for the second, English player forgot to make the villager. He made 3 farm but no meal so far. So what's the idea? What is the thing? He's going with full Lombo. So again, these two players, both of them are bronze. They are playing this game on a ranked. We are trying to figure out what they could done better to reach at least silver rank. So now we have a little bit of an idea of how bronze people are playing, right? He doesn't use mills, which is a huge mistake. It looks like he's sending out villagers to build the barrack, which again a mistake because he's sending how many? 6. 6 villager to build that barrack. That's interesting. Still no mill. Again, you need the mill to give the influence for the farm. Without the mill, these are just normal farms. The English player has 912-3 on food, wood, and gold. The Byzantine player has 974. Okay. Slowly making spearmen as well, so he stopped making lombos. And again, green player forgot to make villager. It's 22 to 25 and still not making villagers. This is a huge mistake that you can do. And looks like bronze players are occasionally forgot to make villagers. And the English players keep making villagers, which is really good. That's what you want to do. But he's building this really horrible farm. Farms that are not being boosted with mills. Don't forget, you need to boost your farms with mills. Otherwise, you will not receive the... Oh, yeah. Again, building houses with so many villagers. And he removed a few of his villagers from farm. So these farms are now empty. Like, there's no problem playing slow, right? But that's very slow. And if you play slow, you need to understand to make the correct decisions. That's why slow playing. We got a Manhattan Arbrade for the English player. Alright. Few villager and berry as well. So we have a 985 on the Byzantine player. 1 cistern, which is touching the gold, berries, and kinda the wood. And looks like a few of those sheep villagers as well. But he didn't push himself to reach level 2 cistern. There's a great amount of archer lombo, and he is going with mango dye. I mean, I think it's a good idea, but for that you actually need the hippodrome. Hippodrome can give 4 extra damage to the mango dye, which makes them insanely strong. Like, imagine mango dye with 4 extra damage. That sounds terrifying. Blue player pushing in with 10 villager lead already. Because the Byzantine player forgot to make villagers. The blue player also has double products. And he's not watching his army. He's going to lose, I think, all of his longbow to horsemen. So here, the Byzantine player is 10 villager behind. Blue player is still making villagers. But there is no Manatorm out yet, even though he researched Manatorm. So he lost his army, he lost the spearman, he lost the longbow. What was the mistake he did in this situation? Well, first of all, tried to torch down the tower with only 5 spearmen. A tower was fully garrisoned with villagers, and there were like army of green. With 435 olive oil, you can make 3 Mangudai. So the 3 Mangudai plus the horse and plus the tower was enough to kill Blue's army. And green is still not making villagers. Well, blue already has a full farm set up around his TC, but still no mills. So that's interesting. Like, why people think they should not make mills, right? He's sitting on 1,200 wood. So not spending his wood, since wood you don't need wood for age up. You can make production building, you can make farms. You don't need to stack the wood inside your inventory. But the funny thing, even though green was not making villagers for like 2-3 minutes, right? I still think green can win this if blue is just keep attacking. With horrible micro, of course. Still no meal on those farms. Don't forget, when you have a meal, you can build 3-3-1-1, which is 8 farm around it. 8 farm around the meal that you will get 15%, 20%, 35% and 30% gathering speed. But if you don't have the meal and close to the farms, then these are just normal farms. Normal, just cheap farms, and that's it. But you are losing out of 20% of gathering food faster, which is huge. Okay, green realized, of course, to make villagers, so he's grabbing economical upgrades. He got wheelbarrow and horticulture, double broadaxe and the mining upgrade, and there is a forestry coming up for blue player with his 2,000 wood in the bank now. And making houses with food villagers again. What I assume, green player will attack blue player very, very soon. Or not. Or he's gonna rather wait a little bit more. Alright. Blue is scouting around green. I think he just found some of these villagers, so he's sending the longbow spearman out. Still not making new units, not even villagers. He forgot to make villagers. So actually, green will be ahead very, very soon because he is making villagers. But at the same time, he can easily lose. So what I see, like the lack of things of bronze players, is actually their speed to understand, to move their brain faster, because they are thinking very, very slow, and that makes them really low tier players. Like how slow, you don't need to play like crazy fast, but the problem is, what I see is that they are slow and they don't know what they are doing. Both can be improved if they just take a little bit of their mental capability to like learn. They're gonna say, alright, now I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna understand how to play it. You can do this with builds, by the way, not with houses. Red with meals, and that's how it is. Because you are playing with the English. And English didn't meal. He's playing English like a generic civilization that just builds farms around their main PC. Many of the horsemen went down, but I think Blue will lose his army right now. He's trying to focus out some of his green villagers, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because now he stopped to make villagers, right? And he lost 6 villagers. Horsemen killed all the villagers around his tower. And he's still trying to build it up instead of sending the villager back. Horseman has the bonus damage against workers and the 20 gold on kill. So now Blue losing out a crazy amount of villagers. He didn't even put the villagers inside the tower, so there was no shift command for the villager. It's now 33 versus 23. So actually the game is over because Blue tried to build a tower in an unfortunate position, and he's doing the same thing with 3 villager right now, building a tower into like a no reason position. Like I can understand a tower here or a tower here, and now he's building more farm. System the first year coming up from the Byzantine player. And I wonder what the English is thinking right now, since he has the resources to age up, but he's not doing. He just stopped playing, and he surrendered, and GG. Maybe they were talking or something like that. But you can see all these little mistakes. It can be worked on if you are a bronze player. I pointed many things out. So if you are a bronze player, just don't forget to make villagers. Watch out for your army, and just play it a little bit smarter.